I'd like to call the Macomb City Council Committee of the whole to order, please, if the clerk would call the roll.
Mike Wayland.
Here.
John Vajezi.
Here.
Don Wynn.
Here.
Tom Cook.
Present.
Ashley Katz.
Here.
Tammy Lee Brown Edwards.
Here.
Dennis Moon.
Here.
7 present.
We have a quorum. Thank you. Council, you may remember about a year ago I brought to your attention a local Macomb native by the name of Sterling Kale, who was feted in a recent, at that time, article from the American Legion magazine. We had an opportunity to meet with him and several military leaders in the community via Zoom call at that time. Well, this morning in Hawaii, the following proclamation was issued, so if you'll allow me. Sterling R. Kale was born on November 26th, 1921, a native of Macomb, McDonough County, Illinois, and has often throughout his life referred to himself as a farm boy from Illinois. And whereas Sterling enlisted in the U.S. Navy and was serving as a pharmacist mate second class at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, when the infamous attack on that U.S. naval base took place on December 7th, 1941. Whereas a response to the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, Sterling immediately began to engage in active efforts to assist and recover his comrades, many of whom were mortally wounded, continuing those efforts with many other men from his unit for several weeks after the attack. And whereas on December 12, 1942, Sterling married the love of his life, Victoria Vicky Vienna Vintula. Together they have 2 children, Sterling V. Kale and Estrella Kale Hoover, 4 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. Victoria shared 77 years with Sterling until her passing in 2019. And whereas in 1948, Sterling joined the U.S. Army, subsequently serving with the 5th Regimental Combat Team in Korea from 1950 to 1951. And whereas beginning in 1955, Sterling saw duty in Vietnam and continued his military career as a command sergeant major and transitioned into civilian governmental employment until his retirement in March of 2005. And whereas upon his retirement, Sterling began a personal commitment as a volunteer guide at the USS Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, where he continues to volunteer as he can to this day, having met literally thousands of people and shared the Arizona story, including his own very personal experiences. And whereas Sterling earned a master's in business administration from Chaminade University, he is the subject of a book titled Sterling Kale, A True American. He is a life member and the oldest active member of American Legion Post 17 in Honolulu, Hawaii. And whereas Sterling celebrated his 100th birthday on November 26, 2021, and there will be a 100th birthday celebration. It was held actually at 10 a.m. local time, at 2 p.m. this afternoon our time. Today, November 29, 2021, in the Pearl Harbor National Memorial at 1 Arizona Place, Honolulu, Hawaii. Now, therefore, I'm Michael J. Inman, Mayor of the City of Macomb, Illinois, to hereby proclaim Monday, November 29, 2021, as Sterling R. Kale Day. And I encourage all citizens to join me in recognizing Sterling's many contributions to his fellow man, and, as his son has said, recognize the efforts of our military personnel and honor their unique stories and remember the sacrifices that were made for our freedom, and congratulate Sterling, Macomb's native son, on his 100th birthday. And again, our special thanks to the the American Legion Post 17 Commander C.R. Drumheller, who presented that to Sterling at that celebration this morning, was read into the record. So if you have a chance to think about Sterling today, think about it and wish him a happy 100th birthday. Anyone wishing to speak to the council under the public comment section of tonight's agenda on matters germane to the agenda will be limited to 3 minutes and are asked to be brief and concise in making their remarks. Comments submitted by mail or email will not be read aloud, but a copy will be provided to each member of the council and made a part of this meeting's minutes. Does anyone wish to speak to the council under the public comment section of tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on to item number 1. Discussion on an ordinance to authorize rezoning of a portion of the northeast quarter of Section 3, Township 5 North, Range 2 West of the 4th Principal Meridian, located within McDonough County, from AG, that's agriculture, to M1, light industrial. Council, this had first reading, and this will be second reading at this time.
Thank you. The ordinance provides that BC Rogers LLC as the petitioner, with the knowledge and consent of Lawrence and Ann Butcher as owners, have filed an application with the Office of Community Development for a rezoning of a parcel located in Section 3, Township 5 North, Range 2 West in McDonough County, within the 1.5-mile zoning buffer of the city of Macomb. The current zoning is agriculture. The proposed zoning is M1 light manufacturing. There was a public hearing scheduled and held on November 10th, 2021 rather. Written notice was served on all record owners of real estate within 250 feet of the subject property. Publication of the notice of hearing was done in the community news brief, and a sign was posted on the subject property. The Office of Community Development did receive written and telephone contacts expressing concerns with the proposed rezoning, and following those communications, the applicant made contact with the neighbors regarding those concerns. The Planning Commission did hold the public hearing on November 10th, 2021 at 5:15 p.m. here in City Council chambers. Members of the public offered testimony concerning the rezoning, but none expressed a desire that the application be denied. The Planning Commission did find and determine that to grant the rezoning as requested would not violate the standards established by the Unified Development Ordinance of the city, and voted 7-0 to approve the application, recommending that City Council approve the rezoning request. If granted, the ordinance would permit zoning of the subject property described in the attached Exhibit A from AG Agriculture to M1 Light Manufacturing, and the Office of Community Development would be authorized to update the city's official zoning map accordingly.
Thank you. That'll stand as second reading, and you have given yourselves power to act. Would entertain a motion to approve.
Could I
Alderman
have
Moon.
a point of order? And I know you'll correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not trying to cause you people any trouble. Trust me, I think it's a good project, and I hope it moves forward. I don't remember us voting on us giving ourselves power to act. I've got the minutes right here. We didn't vote on it according to the minutes. It says, Mayor Inman stated that it would be, I can't read without my glasses, placed on the agenda for final action at Monday night's committee of the whole meeting with power to act.
Last week?
We would have voted on it at the council meeting.
Yeah, at the council prior to.
Which minutes were that, Mayor, or excuse me,
Those
Alderman Moon?
were,
Minutes of the committee of the whole
right.
on November 22nd.
But
Right,
It would be council minutes that you gave yourselves approval. You have to do that at council.
Do you have those minutes?
It's right here.
I can't read with that.
It's at the bottom.
I just want to make sure we got our Ts crossed and Is dotted.
Mayor Pro Tem.
So that was on the agenda for the 15th. I believe that was item number 6, to give power to act. I don't believe I chaired that meeting. I think that was
Okay.
Alderman Moon.
Did we give ourselves, I'm getting ahead of it here, but while we're looking at that, did we give ourselves power to act on the mandatory vaccination too?
Yes.
At the council meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Unofficial indicate that consideration power to act was approved 7-0.
okay.
That's just my notes. I'm not the official.
No, it's,
That's correct.
she's got them.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I didn't remember, I didn't think at the committee we did. I had forgot. Okay, thank you. Sorry
That's all right.
for the interruption.
We'd entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve the zoning change. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Wayland.
Aye.
Vijezi. Wynn.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Katz.
Aye.
Brown Edwards.
Aye.
Moon,
Aye.
7-0.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item number 2, discussion on mandatory vaccination, testing, and face covering policy for the City of Macomb employees. You also give yourselves power to act on this, but I don't believe that's going to be necessary. If Ms. Scalf could give us an update on that pending litigation.
Sure. I checked the court docket this afternoon. A lot of appearances are still coming in. Motions are still being filed within the new case in the Sixth Circuit. The court did enter an order, a case management order, indicating they would take filings on the current emergency stay that is in place through November 30th. So I don't anticipate any rulings from the court this week, potentially next week, but at this time, we don't have any urgent necessity to adopt this policy.
All righty, so without objection, we'll proceed to item number 3. Discussion on the bid and tire lease agreement with Bridgestone America's Tire Operations, LLC, for the McDonough County Public Transportation Go West Fixed Route System. There's a memorandum in your packet from the Transit Director, Ms. Lambert. Would you mind going over that for us, please?
Good evening, everyone. On November 23rd, last Tuesday, McDonough County Public Transportation had a bid opening for a tire lease agreement. On that day, we received one bid, and that was from Bridgestone America's Tires Operations. They're the ones who we are currently contracted with for the lease of our tires for our Go West fleet. And in that, they set up for a 5-year contract going from January 1st, 2022, when our current contract ends, until June 30th, 2026. And as you guys see, I've added the pricing for the tire lease agreement to the memorandum. And as you can tell from my notes, that those, we have seen a decrease from our current contract.
It's always good.
Yes.
Any questions for Ms. Lambert? Alderman Nguyen.
Where are they based out of?
They are based out of Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, if memory serves me correct.
And do they have a local associate here in Illinois or McDonough County?
Yes, they do have, our contract, our account manager is in Chicago.
Anything else? Would there be desire to put this on the consent agenda for the December 4th meeting?
Move to put it on a consent agenda.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to place the item on the consent agenda for the December 4th meeting. Any discussion? Excuse me, December 6th, I apologize, sorry. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, Ms. Lambert, appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
There is no other business this evening. Do I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
So moved and seconded to adjourn. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.